Upcoming PS5 games are raising the bar for realism with sharper visuals and more detailed environments. Lighting, textures, and character movement are all becoming more advanced. Let's check out these upcoming PS5 games with ultra-realistic graphics. Saros is a third-person action game that combines bullet hell combat, shooting, and roguelike systems, where the player controls Soltari enforcer Arjun Devraj on the planet Carcosa. Combat uses the Soltari shield to block attacks and absorb energy, which powers strong counterattacks through special weapons. The game includes permanent upgrades that carry over after death, improving weapons and abilities. Players also collect holograms that reveal details about the colony and its past.
The sun is forever.
Marathon is a PvPvE extraction shooter where players control biocybernetic runners scavenging a lost colony on Tau Ceti 4. Matches revolve around entering hostile zones, collecting valuable loot, and escaping safely while facing enemy players, AI threats, and environmental hazards. Players can use different runner shells, weapons, and upgrades to build their loadouts, while faction contracts provide long-term progression and improved starting gear for future runs.
Its secrets, its past, your future. Every death, every sacrifice, every violent lesson so painfully learned. Such suffering, such ambition for glory in the face of unknowable terror. The marathon is waiting. So please, do scream.
Control Resonant is an action RPG set in a distorted Manhattan where players control Dylan Faden during a supernatural crisis affecting reality. Combat uses a mix of melee weapon forms, elemental abilities, and environmental interaction against shifting threats. The game includes a progression system that changes how powers develop based on player choices. Movement and combat are also affected by gravity anomalies and altered spaces, creating changing conditions across different areas.
I'm Mikael Kasurinen, and I'm the creative director of Control Resonant, the game-changing sequel to Control. What you are seeing here is an early mission captured from our in-development build. We play as Dylan Faden, our supernaturally gifted hero, in a version of Manhattan like you haven't seen before. We recently acquired Shift, an ability that empowers Dylan to seamlessly move through gravity anomalies and adapt to the world around him. Here we are showcasing a set of different forms of Dylan's main weapon, the Aberrant, can take, and his supernatural abilities. There are a lot of different ones you can discover to suit your playstyle. While in combat, we encourage you to play aggressively, balancing between melee attacks and abilities.
Any updates for me?
Kind of. You'll know it when you hear it. Just try to stay alive out there, okay?
Almost there, Zoe. What the hell is that thing? I think I hear something. I know where the Resonant is, Zoe. I'll call you back.
Resonants are the dominant threat in what's our most ambitious game to date. And we can't wait to share it with you later in 2026.
Resonance: A Plague Tale Legacy is an action-adventure game where players control Sophia on the Minotaur's Island while escaping enemies and uncovering hidden secrets. Gameplay includes melee combat with parries, strikes, and agile movement to survive encounters. Players also solve puzzles using a Minoan sphere that manipulates light to progress through areas. The game shifts between two time periods, linking past events to present challenges while revealing details tied to the island and its curse. The Blood of Dawnwalker is an action RPG set in 14th century Europe, where players control Cohen, who lives as a human by day and a vampire by night. The game features two distinct gameplay styles with different abilities and combat options depending on the time of day.
I will.
Another one of those. Finally. Just you wait.
Gothic 1 Remake is an action RPG where players control a prisoner trapped inside a sealed mining colony ruled by rival factions. Gameplay includes melee combat, quest-based progression, and choosing a faction that affects abilities and story outcomes. NPCs follow daily routines, reacting to events and player actions. The game also updates traversal and combat systems while keeping the original structure, allowing players to interact with the colony and complete objectives in different ways.
It's quickly dulled. And yet, instinct whispers that those cast aside will shape their days to come. A colony in perpetual conflict, so divided, so full of contradictions. Those who follow the new god speak of salvation, but faith may have an even grimmer future in store. The bandits preach freedom, anarchy without chains, yet kneel before the mages in the name of balance. Then come the self-proclaimed rulers of the valley, so lost in greed and in the comfort of their fragile arrangement that they long lost any interest in change. And yet, we are all the same, prisoners of the great dome in the sky, with no hope of escaping.
If there's a way out of here, I'll find it.
Spine This Is Gun Fu is a single-player action game where players control Redline, using close-range gun combat mixed with melee attacks in fast-paced encounters. Combat focuses on chaining moves, combining gunfire with physical strikes, while a dynamic camera highlights each action. The game includes a cyberpunk setting where players move through different areas and fight enemies while using abilities linked to a combat implant that supports attacks and reactions.
Whether it's part of free-flow combos, dodges, or powering opponents, we always design our mechanics to feel like a gun-fu movie. Like Redline turning opponents' guns against them instead of carrying an inventory. She can use spray paint to blind her enemies, attack with nearby objects, and use the environment to her advantage. Your gun-fu skills will be tested against both regular foes and powerful bosses, while Redline's spine implant will sharpen her reflexes to even the odds.
Untitled John Wick Game is a third-person action game based on the John Wick universe, where players take control of the character in a story connected to the existing timeline. Gameplay centers on gun-fu combat, combining shooting with close-range takedowns in fast-paced encounters. The game also includes driving segments in different environments, with missions built around combat sequences and movement while interacting with both known and new characters.
He must be versatile, capable, adaptable. He must be grounded, stable, constant. I believe you are ready, sir.
Yeah.
.007 First Light is an action-adventure game where players control a young James Bond during his early time in the MI6 training program. Gameplay includes stealth, combat, and gadget use, allowing players to approach missions through direct action or careful infiltration. Players can drive vehicles, interact with different locations, and complete objectives in multiple ways while uncovering a conspiracy tied to a rogue agent and events within the agency. Marvel's Wolverine is an action-adventure game where players control Logan, a mutant with retractable claws, enhanced senses, and a strong healing ability. Combat focuses on close-range attacks using claws, combined with fast movement and aggressive fighting. The game features a standalone story connected to other Marvel titles, with characters from the X-Men universe appearing alongside Wolverine, as players engage in combat encounters and story-driven missions.
I'd like to say I'm not a violent man. The trouble just has a way of finding me. But I'd be lying. Doesn't matter where I go. How far I run. Death's always waiting. Just not for me. Because I ain't no hero. I'm Wolverine. Wolverine.
Marvel's Blade is a third-person action-adventure game where players control Eric Brooks, a vampire hunter fighting against a growing threat in Paris. Gameplay centers on close combat and encounters with vampires inside a quarantined city zone. The game uses a narrative-driven structure with missions built around combat and movement through controlled areas. The story also highlights Blade's dual nature, influencing how he approaches enemies and survives against the undead.
Relax, man. I don't bite. Lock up tight now. Night's just getting started.
Clive Barker's Hellraiser Revival is a first-person action horror game where players control Aiden while navigating a dangerous realm connected to the labyrinth. Gameplay includes using the Genesis configuration puzzle box to gain special abilities, combined with weapons to fight enemies such as cultists and other hostile beings. Players must manage survival during combat encounters while progressing through story-driven areas, facing threats linked to the Cenobites and the presence of Pinhead.
Sometimes the things we think we need are not all that good for us. As you say, I have witnessed you, Aiden Lynch. You crave what we offer, your desires so plentiful. Give in to your thirst.
Such delicious torment. It is done. She belongs to the labyrinth now. But perhaps we can come to an arrangement.
What do you want from me?
Aiden Lynch. You will give yourself to our purpose. All that you are. Let us begin.
Ill is a first-person action horror game set in a research fort overrun by a mysterious entity where players face unpredictable monsters in close and ranged combat. Gameplay includes a dismemberment system where enemies can be damaged in detailed ways, along with realistic physics that affect movement, combat, and puzzle solving. Players manage weapons, check their condition, and upgrade them, while inventory and item crafting play a key role in survival. Turok Origins is a third-person action game where players control Turok warriors fighting dinosaurs and alien enemies across different environments. Combat includes melee attacks, ranged weapons, and special abilities used against various enemy types. Players can extract DNA from defeated enemies to unlock upgrades that enhance skills and equipment. The game supports solo play and co-op, with missions that involve combat encounters and progression through multiple locations.
Disaster.
Evilbane is an action game with co-op support where players fight enemies using both melee and ranged weapons in fast-paced combat. Players can switch between weapon types during battles and customize skills to match different situations. The game includes missions and boss fights that require coordination when playing with others. Progression involves improving abilities and adjusting playstyle based on combat encounters and team strategies.
Dedicated. With the power granted to us, we'll avenge our comrades and reclaim the kingdom! We will hold the line until you foul creatures are raised from this world.
The Mound, Omen of Cthulhu is a co-op action game where players form a team of explorers searching for treasure in a dangerous jungle. Gameplay includes preparing equipment before missions, then facing creatures and environmental threats while progressing deeper into the area. The game adds psychological elements where perception can be distorted, affecting decisions and teamwork. Players must rely on coordination and communication to complete objectives and return safely. Ace Combat 8 Wings of Theve is a flight action game where players control a pilot in aerial combat missions using jets. Equipped with advanced weapons, gameplay focuses on fast-paced dogfights, targeting enemies, and completing objectives across different mission scenarios. The game includes a campaign with story sequences between missions, along with multiplayer modes for cooperative and competitive play, allowing players to engage in battles with others in the air. MotoGP 26 is a racing simulation game based on the 2026 championship, where players compete using official riders, teams, bikes, and tracks. Gameplay features a rider-based handling system where body movement affects control and performance. Players can choose between arcade and simulation styles, supported by assists and difficulty options. The career mode includes contract decisions, team development, and dynamic rider ratings that change based on real-world results and in-game performance.
This is my car.
This is who I am. This is MotoGP 26.
Gear Club Unlimited 3 is a racing game where players drive and customize cars across locations in France and Japan. Gameplay includes circuit races, time attacks, and highway events where players must manage speed while avoiding traffic. Players can adjust vehicle performance, visuals, and handling to suit different races. The game also includes a story mode where progress is tied to building a racing club and competing against rivals. Forza Horizon 6 is a racing game where players drive a large selection of cars across a map set in Japan, featuring both urban and rural areas. Gameplay includes festival races, time trials, and multiplayer events, along with car customization and upgrades. Players can take part in different activities, build custom events, and progress through a system that unlocks new challenges, vehicles, and areas while competing in various racing formats.